The band's all here. You're all here. This is awesome. Welcome everybody to the fourth time that the Chinguacousy bands have run Music in the Park series. The 40th anniversary of Music in the Park here in Chinguacousy Park. Now, for those of you who are not in the know, let me explain to you over the last 40 years. We have a document here that was in our band folders. And this is minutes of meeting, April 16th, 7:30 p.m., 1974. A few of the community bands got together with Donald Gordon at the Brampton Parks and Recreation Department. And we got together, and according to the minutes here, we wanted to set up a wonderful summer of music here in Brampton, and we used a number of green spaces. We used Gage Park, and right here in this very amphitheater, folks, we set up, not me personally, in the brand new band shell that they had just built. And on, let me see if I get this right, Sunday, June 23rd, 1974, we had our very first concert in Brampton in this very park. And we are so happy to be continuing this tradition, so happy to be back in the park, and thanks so much to the City of Brampton and Chinguacousy Park for setting this up for us. Or a lot of it was due to the vision of the one man, Donald Gordon, who the park shares the name with. And just to give you a little bit more insight, I have brought in for you to meet two very special people. The one is Pam Gordon, which is Don's daughter, and the second is Jamie Holton, a good friend of the family there. So if you guys wouldn't mind stepping down here, maybe we'll have a few words from them. This is Pam and Jamie, ladies and gentlemen.
I feel very proud and honored to be able to say a few words about my father. The strangest thing about all of this is that they mentioned June 23rd, 1974, and June 23rd, 6 years ago, is the day I lost my father. So it's kind of it's a bizarre thing that's happened, but I'm so proud of him and everything that he did for the city of Brampton. When I think about Chinguacousy Park, absolutely, he is the grandfather of Parks and Recreation. He bought this 100 acres or 40 hectares of land from the Crawford family in the early 70s so that he could bring you Chinguacousy Park today, with all its facets and things that you can do, and you can enjoy this park at any time. And these special events, if you're coming out to Canada Day or Nitty Gritty or anything, you'll just see how special Chinguacousy Park really is. And he started actually Canada Day at Victoria Park Arena, and then he moved it up to Chinguacousy Park, so it's pretty special. I think one of the stories Jamie wants me to mention is Professor's Lake, and that was another thing that my father, developers had come to him and asked if they could build houses around Professor's Lake, and he wanted a, what do you call it, he wanted a building and a structure, and he wanted to have the beach and everything else like that. So the developer says, no bloody way, that was his words. And so he kicked them out. And then the next day or the next day after that, they came back in and they said, we want to build the houses and we will build your facility and everything that you want. So he was a man that never, he never sat still. He made sure that he was into leisure for everyone. So he made sure that Brampton has all its parks and parkettes. Gage Park was another thing that he did with the skating rink, which at the time the councillors didn't want to have that in that park, but it's one of the most used skating rinks that there is today. So I'm very proud of him, and it's great to be back in Chinguacousy Park. It's been a few years for me as well. And I think I'll pass it over to Jamie now, who actually did the services for both my mom and my dad, so he's very close to my heart. And I love him tons, and please enjoy Chinguacousy Park all throughout the years, and think of him when you do. Thank you.
everybody. What a great night for this, and I just want to thank Al for thinking about Donald Gordon tonight as we launch the Chinguzi Orchestra and the band here what we're doing. I hear almost every week I hear somebody say, you know, I'm so glad that we're blessed in Brampton to have all this parkland and these beautiful trails and such great green space. Don't you hear that all the time? In fact, experience it ourselves. So next time you think that or hear somebody say that, maybe think of Don Gordon, because he really is the reason for that. He was at the leading edge when Brampton was being developed to make sure that we have this kind of space, and he's just a great man and a great leader. Great to celebrate his life tonight. Just want to tell you a little story, because Don wasn't only a great leader, but he was just a very caring, compassionate guy that thought about others. And so when Don's wife, Pam's mom, Rita, was in the end stages of her cancer journey, we were spending a lot of time together, and I was over the house quite a bit one particular weekend. I'll never forget, you know, Don, in the midst of all that was going on, he pulled me aside and he said, hey, Jamie, you got a family. So I think you need to go home and be with your family, because you spent enough time here this weekend. And just a guy that was thinking beyond himself and caring about me and my family as well. That's the kind of guy that Don Gordon was. So lots to celebrate as we get together here tonight, and just continue to give God thanks for Don Gordon. I want to say thanks for Pam too, because that legacy of Don and Rita, Pam's parents, certainly live on in her, and she's worked at this park for many years, and there's many things around here that we have today because of the work that this girl has done as well. So thanks to Pam as well.